Hi guys, it's Anna and Stacey again here today, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a tag video. The tag is called The 90s Kid. So we're going to answer a bunch of questions that we again found off another YouTuber's channel, and we thought it was quite fun. We just stole those questions, I changed a couple around and just answered questions relating to our favourite things in the 90s, because I was born in 1991 and Stacey was born in
1992.
Yep, so we grew up in the 90s, we were born in the 90s. We are kids of the 90s, so here goes, I hope you have fun. Question number 1 was favourite Disney film. Go.
Okay, I've got two, cheating a little bit, but these two Disney films took over my entire childhood. The first one is Lady and the Tramp, my first ever puppy that I got. I called it Lady. Obsessed with that film. Obsessed.
She's the tramp. Love you.
However, this is a confession I probably shouldn't put on the internet.
She just told me this, guys, just because I braced myself, because I almost choked on my tea when she told me.
The second film that I adore is The Jungle Book. I pretended I was Mowgli for a good 5 years. Like, I wanted to be Mowgli so badly. I wanted a family of animals. I don't know what that says about me. Probably need some form of therapy to enlighten me on that.
So you want to be a boy who lived in the jungle wearing nothing but a skirt made of leaves?
Yes. Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
I did. Sure. Love The Jungle Book. Love it.
Not crazy at all. Are you done with that?
Yeah, no, I'm done.
Cool.
I'm done.
My favourite two that I could think of again at the top of my head, there's probably a million, and I loved them all and I've watched them all countless times. But my favourite two have got to be Aristocats, the film with the cute little cats and they go missing, and it's freaking adorable. Which is funny now because I don't really like cats.
Says the woman who doesn't really like
cats.
Animals.
All animals, to be fair. Dogs, but even like that. Like, her dog was going to kill me from afar.
From afar.
Her dog genuinely, like, I was, like, rashed up. I think I told you guys this, but her dog almost killed me every time. But he's so cute. But I can't touch him. And my second's got to be Cinderella. Classic, isn't it? I love Cinderella. Again, Sleeping Beauty as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just love them all. Like, all I remember is going to the store with my dad. And, like, they had this big offer of, like, buy one, get the second half price. And this is the time of the video for all the youngsters watching. When you had to sit and wait for the video to rewind, if you wanted it to rewind. Like, you had to, and you couldn't just put it back in. If you put it in the back in its case without having rewinded it, like, there would be havoc in the house of, like, who didn't rewind that video, who watched it and didn't rewind it.
You realise there's about 12-year-olds watching this and like, what the hell is a VHS? Like, what is that?
You know what? It's a cassette. It's a cassette. For all you kids watching, it's, you know what, I can't even, but this is basically the time of that, and my dad bought me every single video, like Disney video there was in one day, and I came home with about 20 different Disney films and literally have watched them to death, because I literally went from zero to every Disney film, and I was like, TV's mine, VCR's mine, move out of the way, people. And that is literally all we played. And my cousins from Germany came over and tried to rob my cassettes, and my dad was like, step back from my daughter's cassettes, step back right now. Yeah, no, I love my family in Germany because they could actually watch this. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm done with that, but they're my favourites and I love them. Yeah.
Question number 2.
Favourite music artist / band? For me, Spice Girls. That's it.
Spice Girls were amazing.
I saw no other, I knew no other. I was the kid with the Emma Bunton hair, the Posh Spice dress, like everything. I had it all. I had like pencil cases, pens, bookmarks. I had a sticker book. My cousin, when the film Spice World came out, which is the film made by the Spice Girls, it's an amazing film. I went to watch it with my cousin. She was like, I'm taking all the kids because they're obsessed. Anna's obsessed, and we're going to go watch it. So I watched it in cinema. That was my first ever experience of the cinema. It was when I went to watch the Spice Girls film, Spice World. It's the best film in the whole wide world. I'm just putting that out there right now.
I remember one of my earliest memories is sitting on my parents' bed watching Spice World, thinking that this was the most amazing film in the world.
I love it.
However,
favourite Spice Girls song?
Oh, I don't know. See, as soon as you said that, Spice Up Your Life came on.
That's my
That's
my favourite song. And actually, there is a slam it to the left, shake it to the right. Are you supposed to do the ha ha?
Oh.
Alright. You know what? You were just not. You're not a part of my band. You're not a part of my band. Just killing my vibe.
It could be anyone. Who you be?
Baby Spice.
Baby Spice was my favourite.
I know I look nothing like her with the dark hair, but I was like this fat little chubby kid with like literally. When I say bowl cut, guys, I mean bowl cut to precision with like a massive fringe that went here back to my scalp. And like 2 pigtails that my mum had to do for me. Like I didn't care how she did it. My hair was so short, and I was like, lady, you will pin my hair up and you will do it like Baby Spice. Yes, you will.
My favourite band, however, is Steps. First concert I ever went to. Not ashamed to say, their reunion concert. I was there.
You went to the Steps reunion concert?
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't tell me that. Oh my god, you're so lame.
Yep, I was there.
Did you actually go?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Steph.
I was there. They don't look the same.
But then to be fair, if Spice Girls had a reunion concert, first day, first show, I don't even care.
No, I ashamed to admit it.
Yep.
Number
3, favourite candy/sweets. Candy, obviously, we just went for chocolates and sweets because candy is obviously American. But for me, I've got my favourite golf balls, which are like, again, they were literally like little tiny white balls that were like golf balls basically. And they were like this minty flavoured gum. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
Those. I have Fruity Polos, which are so hard to find. Fruity Polos, man. They remind me of my cousin Ash, like, rest in peace. Like, they were her thing. Like, if we ever saw Fruity Polos, we had to get them for her. And again, another bubble gum, and I don't know if this is what it's called, but is it like, it's called Bubbaloo or something? It used to come in like an individual wrapper. And it was like a pink and blue wrapper.
Am I thinking of something different?
What are you thinking of?
And it had like gooey stuff in the middle.
No, you're thinking different. That's Bubbaloo. I'm thinking of something different. Oh, it's gonna annoy me. You know what? I'm gonna ring my brother. Bubblies! Yes! Thank you! Thanks for that, Mike. Have a good dance phone. But Bubblies, that's what they were. They were amazing. I love them. And they literally used to cost, that was a day when you could actually get stuff for like a penny or 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The little bubble gums with the gooey stuff inside.
Yeah, they're Bubbaloos.
Pence.
They're Bubbaloos. Oh, good time.
Love them. Mine was, I think you can still get them if you go into certain corner shops. I'm not sure. But the sour lollipops that you used to get, I think there was green, blue and red. They were really sour, you suck on them, and then they used to have the chewing gum in the middle. I think they're about 20 pence.
Yes.
I love them so much.
Oh, okay. Number 4 is on our list we've got favourite board game, but we were like, we'll just go for favourite game in general. You go first.
Mine was, okay, so I used to live on like this line of houses, and there were kids in all of the houses, so we all used to get together, and then just above our road there was like what we used to call the green, and it was just like a patch of grass basically where we used to get together.
The green original.
Yeah. I was like 7. And I know that some people call it something different, but what I remember it being called was Akitaki 1, 2, 3.
Never heard of it in my entire life.
Anyone? And it was where one person had to, it was kind of like hide and seek, so you count down, everybody would like scatter and hide, and then you'd kind of go after them, try and find where everybody was, and then if you saw somebody and they knew you saw them, then you had to run back to the place where you were counting.
Another one. Oh.
And you'd have to say, I can take 1, 2, 3, I found so and so, and it was a race between who could get that back there first to who was on.
That sounds fun. I've never played that.
Loved that
Let's
game.
play that. That sounds fun.
Just running down the street.
What? No, you got lots of kids in your neighbourhood.
But the streets aren't like they used to be.
The streets aren't like they used to be.
You can't play out anymore.
You cannot play out anymore.
She's not going, kids need to come out and play.
No, she
Don't
cannot.
do that anymore.
People do not do that anymore. Oh my god.
I miss the days of playing out.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, get up on your bikes.
I never had a bike. My brother had a bike. I had a tricycle. I'm sure I've told my tricycle story. Have I told my
I
tricycle
don't know.
story?
I've heard the tricycle story.
Oh,
I don't know if you've told
yeah,
YouTube world.
I don't know if we're ready to hear that. But I was a chubby kid and it was hard to ride, so I didn't. I used to just sit on it and be like, push me. So, yeah, because my dad bought me a tricycle to see if I could ride ride it and just get used to it. And he was like, when she's old enough, I'll get her a bike. Yeah, I got old. I just didn't get skinny enough to ride a bike. So I never had a bike. But my brother had a bike and he used to take me around the block.
Oh.
That was cute. Okay, my favourite games. I've got a few. Hide and seek standard. In school, that's just brilliant game, like no matter what, like wherever you are. But another one of my favourite games is like when I was in school, we used to play a girls versus boys, like tig and tag, and you had a den and stuff, and that was like the days when we got to play, like when all the boys and girls used to come out and play together. That was so much fun. We used to play girls versus boys. There's another game, again, like we're saying, we were just discussing, like, we've got loads of games that we love, but everybody calls them something different. Like that, I've never heard of.
Really?
Yeah, never ever. But one of my favourite games was like, when you used to like write it down, it was like a quiz family game thing, but you'd have to write down like name, you'd like make a grid with name, place, food, colour, so and so, like so on genres, and then somebody would count the alphabet in their head. You'd say stop, and whatever letter they'd land on, you'd have to name a place. Would say like Stace landed on the letter B, you'd have to find a name with that begins with B, a place like a country that begins with B, a food that begins with B, and so on and so forth. And you had to do it like within a minute and whatever. That was one of my favourite games. Another game, this is a shout out to my cousin Zahir, who I love very much, who was like my best friend when I was a kid. One of my best friends when I was a kid. But we used to play this game called Clean. Like, we used to actually just go around pretending to be like butlers and maids and just clean the house at my nan's house, like whenever we got together, because he used to live away, so whenever he came down for the weekend with his family and stuff, and we got to like be together and fun. Obviously we didn't have any of our toys with us when we used to be at our nan's, so we used to just take like the dusting cloths, big dusters, and we used to be like, oh my god, look at this, look at our owners, they're just working us to the bone. We were so dramatic and creative. It was bloody hilarious, and we used to call it Suffice.
I bet your nan loved you guys.
Yeah, she did, because we were adorable. But
come to my house and they're clean.
Literally, we'd just be like, oh my god, pretending that the house is a complete tip, like, oh my god, it's such a mess, look at this place, and we have to dust. I've been working all day like we were Cinderellas. It was the best game. I loved it. It was brilliant. So, Suffice, which basically means clean in my language. And we also used to play, oh my god, another throwback, Auntie, where we used to play. We used to pretend to be like old aunties in the family and like old ladies and meeting each other for a cup of tea. And we used to like, again, man, this is probably why we had to play Suffice, clean, because we used to take all of my nan's like creams and her scarves and her lipsticks and her perfumes and place them on the bread and pretend it was food. And be like, look what I prepared for you, come and eat, enjoy. Oh my god, my son's giving me such a hard time. And like legit play an old school granny in my nan's clothes with her creams and potions on the bed, pretending it was food. And then had to obviously play clean to clean up the mess we made. Creativity, man. You don't get that these days.
No, kids are like, I'm bored, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
It's all iPads and iPhones. Go outside, pick a ball.
Seriously. I mean, my nephew's pretty good. He loves playing outside, but again, like you're saying, the streets aren't the same as they used to be, so like there needs to be a time where you're like, kid, come inside. When they're inside, what they got to do? Like my niece is like
TV
this on her
now.
phone. She literally has, like, you're like, Sam, look at me, and she's just like, huh, what, what
I do
phone?
feel bad for the kids of today because I loved my childhood. I loved just walking the streets, and you were safe and you played out and you did stuff, and it was fun.
Okay, you weren't that safe in my neighbourhood, but it was fun. It was fun nonetheless.
Safer than today.
Yeah.
Next.
Next question is favourite McDonald's Happy Meal toy.
I'm not sure how much of this story I'm going to tell because I don't want to delve that much into my personal
Yeah,
life.
she literally told me, and like, you know when you're like all fun and games, she told me, and then she was like, oh.
Yeah, put damper on things.
Like, proper just crapped on the day.
Suffice it to say, I didn't really have that McDonald's that much as a kid. And by the time we started having it, I was going through, I'm 10 going on 21, and I'm too old to have Happy Meals because my brother was younger and he was like, he's the Happy Meal child, not me, so I'm going to have a real burger. So I genuinely can't remember. Genuinely cannot remember one Happy Meal toy that I got.
That's crazy.
That's my sad story. Next.
Okay, I have a sad story, but in quite a funny way. I used to get a Happy Meal, but being of Kashmiri heritage, looked at it and thought it'd never be enough food, so my mum used to get me a burger meal and a Happy Meal just for the toy. I'm not even kidding you, that is genuinely what happened. Hand on heart, that is genuinely what happened. I used to get a burger meal, just a fillet of fish, and then a Happy Meal just for the toy. so basically my dad had to, and I used to have a McDonald's every Friday. My dad used to come back from London and buy me a McDonald's every Friday. I'm really spoiled, but I'm not.
I was gonna say, which one of us is spoiled?
Yeah, but anyway, getting back to the question, my favourite toy was actually, they did this series of like, I think it was called like the Shortcake or something dolls. And they were like these really cute little like figurines of like little dolls and stuff. And they had these big like sun hats in like different colours. And there was like different names and flavours. And if you'd moved or like twisted their sun hats off the head, it was a lip balm. And they had like one of each, like an apple flavour, a strawberry flavour, like apple pie, strawberry cheesecake, lemon drizzle, like different flavours. So I collected that. Again, obviously I started young with the whole makeup thing. But that was my favourite toy as a kid from the Happy Meals.
Oh. Yeah.
Next is favourite book.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Unless I go back like further, like really 1 or 2 years old, then it was like the lion, the tiger who came to tea, Hungry Caterpillar. Like obviously basic, like really kids, but old enough to actually read myself. Harry Potter. Yeah. I think anyone who grew up in the 90s is gonna,
especially I would say it's just the UK or England, but it's not.
It's
worldwide.
Who grew up in the 90s.
Yeah, for me it's probably got to be Harry Potter as well. It's the only book I've ever read of my own accord and my own will, and it is and probably will be the only book I read of my own accord. And I remember like the day we got them in the library as well, because we had a kiddies library as well, and then we had like the grown-up kids, which was like year 4 to year 6, this in primary school. And I remember the day they came out, and we had to go like in register order to go get your books from the library for the week. And luckily my surname begins with a B, so I was like, yes, I'm at the top of the list. Screw you guys, I'm out here. So I got Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. That was the first book I ever read, and it was brilliant.
I remember me and my cousin being in competition with each other to see who could read them the fastest, because there's like a year between us.
That's brilliant. No, I love those books, and because obviously the whole of the year 6 class was so into the books. The teachers organised a trip to go see the film when it was out the next year. So just the year 6s got to go and watch the films because we were such a big fan. And we literally went, I think for the next, well actually no, we went, it must have been year 5 that I started reading them, because I went for year 6 to watch the second one as well. So they took us like literally as many times as like I was in school after the books and the films were released. We went to see the films with school. Before like the whole, is this educational? But I suppose it was educational, it was creative, and we used to have to like, it was educational, man, it helped us be creative.
Harry Potter's educational.
Yes! It teaches you about friendship, family, love, death, evil, good and bad. Yeah, but I think my last bit got cut off, but Stace just mentioned that while I was on my rant about how Harry Potter is educational, because we used to go on school trips, yes it is, it used to teach you about, what was my list? Friendship, family, love, death. It's important, man. His parents die. Spoiler alert. But if you haven't seen it by now, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
I was going to say, I think you're alright.
Good, bad. I've mentioned friendship.
Yeah, anyway,
school,
she's arguing
education.
that Harry Potter is educational. I, however, am not.
And
unless you read it.
And I'm not going to lie to you, I'm still waiting for my Hogwarts letter.
Yeah.
I feel like J.K. Rowling's ruined me though, because whenever I get the post, I'll wait for my Hogwarts letter, and it's not here.
No.
I'm waiting on you, J.K. I'm waiting on you, homie. Next question. Favourite clothing store? Well, we discussed this. You tell them the story, because I feel like I'm talking a lot.
So basically, we were born in the 90s, but I was born in 92. So by the time the 90s ended, I would have only been 8. At 8, I didn't really have... My parents didn't really take me shopping. It was because they bought my clothes, and then you get to choose whatever you wore. So I had no idea where they bought my clothes from when I was growing up. And obviously, I had no money at 8 years old, so I didn't go out clothes shopping or anything like that. So we discussed it. The first store that I ever really properly shopped in when I was of that age was probably New Look for me.
Oh, okay.
But we changed the question anyway, and we've kind of adapted to like your favourite clothing that you used to wear in the 90s. There was a shop where I used to live, and you'll probably remember if you grew up in the 90s, but there was this huge fashion trend, and everybody had one of the fur body warmers, the fur gelées, and they came in loads of different colours and loads of different styles. And I had a pink furry gelée.
Of course you did.
I saved up my pocket money for weeks to buy this gelée. It was £15.
Wow.
For a kid, that is
That's a
really
lot.
expensive.
Back in the day, £15 was a lot anyway.
I didn't get that much pocket money, so
Back
I
in the
saved
day,
my pocket money for that, and I adored it. I was devastated when it went out of fashion. I was like, no one's wearing it anymore. It took me so long to save for this, and I loved it so much. And then it went out of fashion, so I chucked it away.
Oh, sad.
It's really sad. Most of mine are really sad.
I was just gonna say, your stories are so sad.
Childhood wasn't that bad.
You had a really bad childhood. Okay, I've got basically a list of stuff that I had to have when I was a kid, and I did have. Top of the list was, of course, those Spice Girls, like Emma Bunton, like platform trainers. Do you remember those? They used to come in like a blue. I had them in like a metallic navy blue. I had them in a silver, and I wore them to death, and I mean to death, with everything, every day of my life. Loved them. My favourite pair of shoes in the world was like platform trainers. Like, Google them, and honestly, they're amazing. When you know, you know. If you know, you know. The second thing on my list is, oh yeah, like back in the day again, there used to be like these chokers. Like those stretchy ones, like they were like made of plastic.
Rings,
you can rings, bracelets, everything that. And I remember my sister actually bought me that with like this really cute outfit on my birthday, because I was like, I really want one. And my sister bought me a red one. It was like a red choker and like a little. They were literally just made of plastic, and they were like weaved, intertwined, like a wire almost, but really soft, quite comfortable. And you just stretch them and like clip them onto your neck like a choker, and then you used to get like a tight bracelet and a ring. And I had that. That was so awesome. 90s. They were so 90s.
I remember my mum wearing them.
Unreal. My sister used to wear them. Like, unreal. They were brilliant, man. You could not be more 90s if you remember that, seriously.
I can't take anyone seriously that wears a choker nowadays.
Yeah.
They just take you straight back to the 90s.
Yeah, you're like, well, where did you step from?
Yeah.
That was going on here.
Bit of appreciation that you're rocking that still, but
and again, it's got to be like bootcut jeans, which you still wear. She loves bootcut jeans. But then again, to be fair, bootcut jeans are like they're kind of like a classic. They'll never really go out of fashion. But this is like before the skinny jean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like now we've got the variety of trousers and everything, but back in the day it was bootcut flare. The flairier the better. Skinny, and like flared, and like just wide, like huge, like just flared trousers and everything, and like just straight like palazzo pants, what we call now. But back in the day they were just called flares as well, and just like straight, really long, flary trousers. That was the trend when I was a kid. Yeah. Next question. I think it's favourite show, but I'm just going to make sure. Favourite channel? No. Favourite show.
Favourite show?
Favourite show, yeah.
What have I got right now? My favourite show of the 90s was Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire! Oh my God, how could I forget Lizzie McGuire?
Lizzie McGuire.
I've got a list of shows and I forgot Lizzie McGuire. Oh my God.
I adored that show. I wanted to be Hilary Duff.
I want to still be Hilary Duff from Lizzie McGuire right now.
I was obsessed
and like her best friend who was in love with her, who would like always have her back. Oh, and her like cool, quirky friend.
Do you know how cool? The three-way, when they used to split and the three of them used to...
Yes, I literally used to pray for the day I was old enough to do that, and now my friends ring me and I'm like, just text me, bro, please. Yeah, no. I'm like, oh, just text me, man, don't ring me. Oh, my friends are like, let's do a conference call. The girls are literally like 6 of us are like, let's do a conference call, and I'm like, let's just text. Come on, guys. What's wrong with you?
Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire. How could I forget that show? That was brilliant. That is literally vintage. Oh, love it. I went like way back to when I was a kid to my favourite show ever, and it was the Tweenies. Do you remember the Tweenies?
I love the Tweenies for
Bella, Fizz, Jake and Milo. Amazing. Like, seriously. Like Stacey is so right. We loved that show for way longer than was appropriate for us to love. Yeah. I just think even now I'm not quite ready to give it up. But I love it.
I'm looking forward to the day where I have children around me, whether they're like nieces, nephews, whatever, babies, that I can sit down and secretly enjoy watching what they watch.
Yeah, my nephew has made me watch like an entire series of SpongeBob SquarePants. So yeah, and you know what? At this time of my freaking life, not even gonna hate. But yeah, Tweenies was probably my favourite show, and like everyone in my family knew it was my favourite show, and everyone would be like, "Oh, it's Adam's show! Adam's show is on!" He used to go to parties, and everyone would be like, "Oh, Adam, you're a Bella," because I was quite chatty and apparently bossy, which I did not think. I'm a Fizz. I always wanted to be a Fizz because
was Fizz the pink one?
Fizz was the pink one, and Bella was the one with the
really
blue hair, and she was really bossy and be like,
no,
no, and I had a bob cut, and apparently Bella used to like tuck her hair behind her ears and be really bossy, and apparently I used to do the same thing when I was a kid because I had a bob cut too.
She was a kid.
But yeah, that Rugrats.
Rugrats the movie.
Rugrats the movie.
Me and my brother loved Rugrats the movie.
Feeling that. I am feeling you. Again, I've got another. It's not a show, but it's you know, Saturday morning when you used to wake up and they were like. TV shows used to host other TV shows like Ministry of Mayhem and Live and Kicking.
Oh my god!
Remember those?
Do you know what? There was TV in the 90s was the best. You could not beat TV in the 90s.
Again, like this is a Ministry of Mayhem and Live and Kicking, which until I was about like way older than I should have been, I thought was Live and King. I genuinely thought it was Live and King, and then it literally, you know, when you're just like, hang on a minute, that doesn't make sense. Hang on a minute.
Live and King.
Yeah, hold up. Live and Kicking.
That shows how old she was.
I used to have to get up every Saturday morning early, and these shows would be on, and there'd be like presenters hosting the show. There'd be fun games and panels and stuff like that, and they'd have like your favorite like pop group on, like the Spice Girls or Steps or whatever. Used to come and do interviews, and then in between that they'd play cartoons as well. So they'd play like half an hour cartoon, then they'd play another one, then they'd do like an interview, play a game. They'd have callers. It was the bomb.
There's nothing like that on anymore.
And you used to get up Saturday morning early, and me and my brother used to brush our teeth. He used to pour me a bowl of Cocoa Pops. We used to sit in front of the TV. That is, I think, one of my most fondest memories of my childhood, is waking up early with my brother on a Saturday to come and watch cartoons early in the morning. Love it.
And now we work.
Oh, thanks, Stace. Just really determined to kill the mood today.
Sorry,
you are.
I really am.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm really tired.
Again, the next question is quite similar to what we've just answered, but this is favourite show you used to come back from school to watch. So when you got home, what was your favourite show?
CITV.
That's a channel, Stace.
No, CITV.
It's a channel?
Isn't that ITV?
CITV is a children's channel.
What was the one that used to be on after school? I'm sure it was called CITV.
That's the channel? What was your favourite programme?
Oh, okay. Probably Art Attack.
Oh, I love Art Attack.
Art Attack.
Yeah. Okay, again, I have a
Talking
list.
Head.
Oh, the Talking Head!
Loved Art Attack. I actually entered a competition for Art Attack once. I didn't win.
Yes, so did I.
Loved Art Attack.
For me, it's, again, ITV is a channel. Like, our channels, I think our kids' channels here was, we had Cartoon Network. We didn't really have Nickelodeon and Disney. Like, you had to pay for those channels. But the channels that everyone had that were free, that were part of, like, staple part of your childhood, was like CITV, CBeebies, Cartoon Network, and then there was another one as well, I can't remember, but thing is, back in the day, when we used to finish school, BBC and ITV and all the main channels used to play cartoons. Do you remember?
Yeah.
There used to be a slot from like about 3:30 till about 5 o'clock that just used to play cartoon programmes.
And in the morning.
In the morning
they used to have a chunk before the kids used to go to school, and then there was a chunk.
And there is nothing like that on anymore. Like literally, it's all just been moved to their channels. Because when we were kids, these channels were newly launched.
Yeah.
And I remember that as well. There was like a new channel coming out. Your favourite show is moving to this channel now. So make sure you turn over and stuff.
Yeah.
And all those shows went off of ITV, which are the main like channel 1 to 5. Went off of all those channels and got moved to the kids' channels. But my favourite show, to get back to the question, was one of them. I've got, again, a list of about 20. My Parents Are Aliens. Mona the Vampire. Hey, Mona! Hey, Arnold. My mum reminded me I used to watch that. She'd be like, oh no, do you remember you used to watch that show with the guy with the head like football? And I was like, no, Mum, no. And I could not for the life of me remember what my mum was talking about. And she took a piece of paper and a pen and she drew Arnold out for me. And my mum's a really good artist. She's really, really creative. So I was like, oh my god, I can't remember. That, Arthur.
Oh, Arthur. I used to watch Arthur, but he wasn't one of my...
Oh, Arthur was my staple. Arthur and DW, his annoying little sister.
Yeah.
Staple.
See, it's all the Cartoon Network ones that I used to love. Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh,
Ed,
yeah.
Ed and Eddie.
Ed and Eddie!
But Johnny Bravo.
No, I never watched that. Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo.
The Worst Witch, That's So Raven, Sister, and again, Fingertips and Art Attack, which were creative shows again.
Yeah,
they were
Art Attack.
bloody brilliant. I loved them.
And Saturday I've got SMTV Live on Saturday.
SMTV
Monkey Donkey.
Live!
That would have been Holly Willoughby. Was
Yes.
a nobody.
Yes,
And she used to
Fingertips.
do kid shows.
Kids shows again. Fern Cotton, and again,
Yep.
these are, if we've got any international viewers, Fern Cotton and Holly Willoughby are two really famous presenters in the UK.
Even
really
Ant and Dec.
famous. Ant and Dec, yeah, really really famous presenters in the UK who have now gone on to do like have gone to do like big morning TV shows, host like This Morning, host the X Factor, host their own panel shows, have done really well for themselves, but they started off on kids TV, which we have known them from. So Fern Cotton did Fingertips, and so did Holly Willoughby, where they used to like teach you how to make cool stuff for like arts and craft, which was bloody awesome. But same, that was Philip Schofield as well back in the day.
Yeah.
But that was before our time, that was the kids
That's
in
the
the
thing,
80s.
when I used to watch them then, I didn't know who they
Yeah.
were because
Yeah,
they weren't
but you
really in
wouldn't
anybody.
pay
And then you
attention
start
anyway.
watching them, and then you grow up and then watch them in the adult things.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Because you kind of forget that they were such a big part of
Yeah.
your life when you were a kid.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. That is so vintage. Hasn't that really just taken you back?
Really, I want to go and relive the 90s.
Oh, the 90s are the best era, man. I'm all about the
I
90s.
really didn't, yeah. Like, growing up in the 90s was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I think
TV was
everybody
the
says
best.
like their own childhood is the best.
No, 90s.
Because like my sister, like when I was a kid, she used to be like, "Oh, these cartoons are nothing, man. Cartoons back in my day were the best."
No.
And then she used to list the cartoons she used to watch, and I'd be like, what now?
90s were the best.
But 90s for me, it was just, you know what? There was just a bigger sense of innocence. Now I feel like TV shows are constantly battling so much now, like body image, kids with like issues. I just feel like it's just turned into this monster. Whereas back then it was a bit more innocent. I
Let
feel.
kids be kids.
Yeah, let kids be kids, man. It was a simpler time. Yeah.
So, that was it. That was our 90s tag. As you can probably tell, we enjoyed our childhood. We
A lot.
enjoyed the 90s. It
Although
was
Stacey
fantastic.
didn't sound
Yeah,
like she
no.
enjoyed it
I
at
had some
all.
traumatic times.
Yeah.
McDonald's owned me a few too many toys.
They're quite pants, to be fair, rather
They
than.
really are crap. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see any more tag videos, let us know in the description bar below. And we'll see you again in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.